quick. We are live here for the Robux 2.4 hours of Daytona free practice officially. And we got 4 cars, 4 teams, excuse me, here to come practice. So it's going to be a 1-hour free practice session that will determine who's the quickest going into qualifying tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting one, that's for sure. Alright, drivers, once you see the green flag, you may go, and free practice will officially be underway. Live now here at Daytona, Vaughn Racing. Beautiful number 44 car. Looking to have a fantastic weekend going into Daytona. They have a stacked team and they're really trying to keep that up into mine. Take a look at our other GTP, Global Racing in the number 3. Gibb, a lone wolf here, but me and him had a pre-race talk, and he is excited and ecstatic about this week. And he goes into the wall. Looks like driver's still trying to learn those corners. Look at our GTD field. We have the... Alright, give me a second, y'all. I gotta scroll up under DMs real quick. I'm not trying to butcher this once more. Bomez. Alright, here we're looking at the Bomez and DC team number 11, Lamborghini. Lamborghinis, they were kind of late on the cut, honestly, but now they're all trying to make up for it. This is their driver, Bamik. Here. And a quiet night here on track. 4 minutes already down. And R15 is going to set the quickest so far in the GTD field. So let's go to R15, shall we, in the Portimao Racing number 90 machine. Garfield, if you could just pull it down. Okay, there's Vaughn Racing. They did their driver swap. Now it looks like it's a newbie who is here. CJ nowhere to be found, their best driver. let's go back to R15, the Portimao Racing number 90. I believe it is Portimao, who only has one slot, and I believe this is for R15. Team owner is European. I mean, he couldn't show up to any of the races. So now he's going to have this amazing driver for GTDs driving for him. Give, and it looks like Newbie not setting a valid lap time so far. And there's Give, he's setting a quick time for the GTPs, 1:14. 3 seconds off the pace for the lap record here in the GTPs, set by Team Penske, the Shrees team, actually. And we're going to talk about Team Penske. They're not showing up, but people were not very happy with what they saw preseason testing. And there is Newbie on the board. 119 in that Vaughn Racing 44 car. And Vaughn Racing actually wasn't too happy with Newbie and his performance. Or his performances, excuse me. So he is really trying to prove them wrong. Laps completed by Vaughn and R15, and Give goes 112, 1 second off the track record. He is looking to beat Team Penske in their mind-blowing games, especially with that 111 that they stuck. Give going through the bus stop, Louisville Racing number 3. He's gonna go into the pits. Dropping down to first gear if you know the rules. Once you're in the pits, you have to go into first. into his pit box. Just almost missed it. Endurance team. They are ones to watch, but I mean he's showed up to the session to the sessions he could show up to. So he's really trying to look for possibly a podium come the 2.4 weekend. And tomorrow we're going to have that graceful qualifying session that we all know. Proto pole, kind of like a Q2 and Q3 for the GTP class. Who's going to set it on pole for the first Robux 2.4 hours? Who's going to set it on pole for the GTD class? Oh, Gomez goes off. Saves it. And it looks like Vaughn Racing is pitting. Going to let their team owner grab the wheel of the car. Who is... I feel like I've seen that name before. Oh, okay. That's, the Gomez. Now we're on board with Portimao. Portimao, I believe it was Portimao who actually has the driver who races Seiko, RFCA, and IMRP. It's either R15 or the Team Penske dude. "13 minutes down, 47 to go. And Gibbs still can't go quicker than that 112 that he achieved earlier in the session. Now it looks like Chris and that Gomez 11 car. And here's the thing about Daytona, that grass really kills you. And then going into Sebring, I think drivers are going to be really relieved to see how much different the track is, especially after all this prep that they've done here at Daytona. Oh! Global Racing goes off right in front of the Gomez Endurance team. Just like we were talking about, it looks like Gibb may have flipped the grass and then spun it around. that's going in the highlights. We're back on board with the Gomez endurance team. They are a contender to watch out for. So far, they actually hold second quick in GTDs. There is Newbie setting his quickest time, or what? That was Garfield, a team owner, setting his quickest time actually. For Vaughn Racing with the 1:16, still a couple seconds behind on pace. And just a reminder that this is the only free practice session for today. It's not going to be like preseason testing where it's like 2 hours long. Tomorrow, the drivers are basically going to have to relearn the line and what they've practiced for. A single file start for the Robux 2.4 hours on Saturday. Kid, really confident going into this week, and he is proving himself at that 112. You're gonna have to reset or rejoin. There isn't a scheduled date for Sebring yet. Very unlikelihood of it being next week, so it could be a couple weeks from now. Also, what do y'all think of the pit box thingies that I did? We definitely should have put them with y'all's templates, but it's kind of too late. And Chris and R15 actually both have a 126, but they are 6/10 past each other, or excuse me, separates them. Really struggling in that first corner, but he did improve, I believe. Portimao Racing just off. Slid right into the grass where Gibb got tight. Oh man, that turn is really killing everyone there. That's the second team that's been collected by that turn. Oh, Vaughn Racing spinning it into turn one, or excuse me, turn two. Maybe he was messing with some traction control. That was a weird spin there. Really weird spin there by Vaughn Racing. I'm gonna look back at that one again. That was a very odd spin. Oh yeah, look, he just tapped the grass. We are halfway through free practice and it is showing that build shape up. Gibb and that Global Racing number 3 GTP really setting the bar for tomorrow's qualifying session. Portimao Racing, R15 second quick, trying to make his European team owner proud, and he actually goes quicker, I believe. Going into T1, he's in the grass, he's in the wall. Lap ruined by the grass, and just like we talked about earlier, that grass really can mess up your lap. And yeah, looking at his expectations are really getting to him. He is wanting to set a 111, and we've only seen that with Team Penske. It'll be really interesting to see how that goes. Vaughn Racing swarming in. Garfield not even able to race, and yet he is ripping laps. Or that is Newbie, actually. That is Newbie, not Vaughn Racing 44. And we're going to talk about this 44 team. The yellow and black Vaughn Racing. I believe they built the team to pay tribute to the rapper King Von. I don't know where the team is based out of. Something out for another day, that's for sure. But Vaughn Racing, these guys came into the league as a contender, as a strong contender, and they're really proving it. They got a stacked team of Garfield, CJ, and Newbie, and I think they can rely on each other to join the race and to compete. Because that's the thing about multi-class racing and having a lot of drivers with you. You got to worry about those mistakes coming from the team, coming from your fellow drivers. So you really rely on your drivers to do good, and that's what Garfield is doing right now. And it looks like he is still paying tribute to King Von. Maybe the team is based out of Chicago. Now we're going to go to R15, Portimao Racing, the number 90, the Lamborghini, in fact. This guy, he is one fast driver. I mean, he just can't get quicker than Chris. Gomez Racing. These guys are a huge underdog in the league. They showed up for the final preseason testing, and they put on a great show for their first start, and they're looking to do something in that Lamborghini number 11. Looks like Vaughn Racing is swapping, but the track is pretty quiet as we speak. I think it's time for me to get some pictures of these cars, and the field is really starting to shape up, so I'm going to take some pictures, and y'all can lock in. Global Racing hard into the wall there. That was a really hard impact. And I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Let's see. the fast, the board, the speed tracker, presented by Toyota. Really good board we have there. And that is our last picture. Now it's time to start spectating these fast drivers once again. They don't got a lot of time. 19 minutes. So they got limited time. But this hour has gone by pretty fast, but imagine the race. This is definitely would have been more exciting and definitely chaotic, that is for certain. And probably more battling. I mean, I have yet to see a team where both GTPs or both GTDs battle. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Come Saturday or qualifying. Looks like somebody actually. That's what the cones it looks like. There's Global Racing. And I'm gonna go spectate Vaughn Racing. Global Racing and Vaughn Racing both actually very close to each other, so could they possibly battle it out? Vaughn getting a little bit wide there. Here comes Global. Give. It is Cadillac versus Porsche, and it proves that the Porsche is faster. What a distance there. Oh, we have a flip. Big flip there for the Vaughn Racing car. The 44 goes upside down. Cautions don't apply to free practice. Huge flip there for the 44. Man, what... And it was newbie. Man, what a hard hit there. Oh, that was a terrifying flip. I was actually spectating him. Oh, that's Garfield? Oh, I keep getting those names mixed up. That was actually Garfield. We're gonna watch that back. That was a horrendous flip there. It's the bus stop. Garfield. Oh, he just barely hit it. He actually hit the Rolex billboard there. Oh man, that is not what you want to see there. He pushed the car to its absolute limits, and we saw what can happen. Oh, what a hard hit there. That's going in the highlight reel. What a terrifying flip. Now we're just gonna steadily watch Clubhouse. Oh, Portimao just off. Taps the wall. That Lamborghini once again hitting the wall. Man, these drivers are really struggling. Racing. 13 minutes remain. An hour went by really quick here. And Garfield actually goes quicker, 2 seconds off a give. And R15, he's going quick. 1 second, almost 1 second ahead of Chris. He pushed the car to its limits. And there he is, Portimao Racing. New quickest here for the GTD class. And now the Lamborghinis are gonna... Oh, I thought a battle was gonna form. It looks like Portimao just edging off of it. We've had a lot of drama here for free practice. The Bowman is actually gapping the Portimao. The Lamborghini was just introduced not too long ago to the American Endurance Championship. We're already stacked on Lamborghinis. 4 Lamborghinis. It'll be very interesting to see who will come out on top come Friday and Saturday. And Garfield was trying to chase down that 112 set by Gibb. But he just can't. He's going to pull it in. Speeding into pit road. He does not look too happy coming out of that race car. And they're on a driver swap. Vaughn Racing actually having really good team coordination. Really good team coordination actually compared to some other teams that were struggling with driver swaps during the preseason testing. Portimao and Global both hard into the wall. What in the world happened? I believe the Global Racing car may have pushed the car to its limits. I have no idea what occurred. Hopefully R15 has a replay of that. So. Oh man, supposedly a hard hit there. And we are going to have a long highlight reel, I will say that. Man, this has been an eventful free practice session. Mouse going to pull it in. I got clipped. Please send me that. I beg. Portimao's going to go in. And Vaughn Racing is the only car out there as of now. It seems like everybody's pitting. And we're going to we might see a replay of this crash. Going out of pit road, Global Racing to 3, and the Gomez 11 leaving as well. He left by his teammate, but you only have 6 minutes left, so can they pull something quick? R15 still holds the quickest so far in the GTD class. It looks like he was kind of in the grass. And even though this isn't qualifying, you still want a fast lap. It boosts your morale and basically everything that... It basically boosts everything for your team. And it looks like that's the trickiest section right there, is the bus stop for every single team. We've seen drivers complain about the last few corners. And going into the speed, because if you're at such a high speed, you just cannot turn. The steer decay is horrible, so you're going to have to get a perfect line going. And Vaughn Racing, oh, they just barely tapped the grass. They're hard into the wall. The 44. Hard into the wall. And it looks like Portimao. Before T1. I'll look at it later. And after this, we can get maybe some interviews going. See what drivers think, because this is a very eventful free practice session. Only 4 teams showing up, 2 of each class. And technically, if you read the rules, if this was the race, we would still be going, and the time wouldn't be lowered. If you know, you know the rule. 2.1. That was actually a big rule that I made, because some people are going to get impatient, and if people drive all the way, it really proves who's going to be who actually cares for the league. And now it looks like Valmeek and Chris is going to swap one more time, maybe. Seems like that first turn really picks your lap, because we've seen a lot of drivers struggle with it. We are here with Vaughn Racing. Such an iconic number that they chose, the 44th, probably the easiest to remember, and most definitely the most iconic car in the grid. That half yellow, half black. Gotta know what it represents, but it's still a mystery. That is the best. That is the best reasoning ever. That is peak right there. That is a peak meaning. And time is ticking here for the free practice session. Can they pull something out of somewhere? Global Racing still quickest so far in the GTP category. That Porsche really showing its dominance here today. Yes, it is. Global Racing, amazing line there. I meant like the names. I don't get what you're saying. I'm a little bit slow. Oh, Portimao just into the grass. Oh, I see what you mean, but yeah, it sadly has to stay like that. Unless me and Brit, I don't think that'll work. Yeah, it's just gonna be if you're individual racers. I get what y'all mean. I get what you mean, though. We'll see how this first race works with this ticker, and we might change, we might not. It just all depends. So, time is ticking until the end of free practice, and then we move on to Friday for... Oh! Vaughn Racing spinning again! The 44 after this long hairpin. Oh, man. The Vaughn Racing definitely had a showing today. Probably not the best showing. Big slide there. Caught it last second. I don't know what y'all think about the TV cameras. The free practice is coming down to the line. And remember, you gotta be in a VC during some sort of voice call in order for us to contact you quickly. We're going to make team VCs. And I don't know if y'all can see, but there was a Vaughn Racing test VC. I need to test that after. Alright, drivers, once the timer reaches 0, y'all have one more lap. Once you cross the line, that'll be your final lap. And it looks like Portimao might be able to sneak one more in. And they will. Not one more, but another. Whoever's in the middle of the track, can you please step off? And this is... Oh, we'll have one more lap after this. Or this will be your checker, Gib. This will be Portimao's checker. This will be R15, Gomez's checker. And Portimao is going to their checker. Alright, so once y'all cross the line, that will be the end of free practice, ladies and gentlemen. The official free practice for the Robux 2.4 hours of Daytona. Now, once you cross the line, please pull it in, and then give an R15. Gomez and Gibb pull it in this lap, and then Portimao, once you cross the line, pull it in. Alright, that's the end of free practice. This will be Gomez, if you can pull it in, Chris. It's Portimao's on their outlap. Not outlap, whatever. You have to rejoin. Is it any spectating system you can't, or... And that is the end. R15, pull it in, and that is the end of free practice. Hours of Daytona tomorrow, Friday, 6 o'clock for me, like 4 o'clock PST, GMT for British people. It's like early in the morning, and for EST it's 7 o'clock. Remember, you don't have to necessarily show up tomorrow. If you don't show up, you can always show up at the back of the field come Saturday. But if you want better track position, you better show up tomorrow. Now, that's where we'll end the stream there for the free practice of the Robux 2.4